Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a television set, you have seen this man. You know him, you love him, the incredible Jeff Foxworthy.
Thank you much. Thank you. How y'all doing? you can tell I'm back in the South. You got those noises there. Yeah! Boy, it's nice to be back home. It really is. I've been working up in New York City a lot. Anybody from New York up here? Yeah. Several of you, yeah. I had a great time up there, I really did. And New York is a great place to work. It really is. The problem I find, a lot of people up north, you know, they think everybody from the South is married to their sister and has seen a UFO, you know. I told them I'm just dating my sister, and I couldn't swear it wasn't a weather balloon. That's the reputation we have. They think we're goobers in the South because of the way we talk. And I told them, I said, we're not stupid. I said, we have words y'all don't even have up here. We do. You come down south, we have words like "yunt to." We go in the mall, "yunt to." What letter does that start with? Does anybody know? My dad's got a great southern word. He'll use it like when dogs come in our front yard. My dad will run out on the porch and holler, "Get on out of here." Have no idea how you spell it, but it works real good. And if that word don't work, this one will. That's a dead word there. You know what the problem is? Southern accent's the hardest accent to be cool with. You know, like a New York accent is a cool accent. They come down south, they fit right in. It's like, you can't be cool with a Southern accent. I mean, you could take us somewhere nice. Somewhere like a nude beach on the French Riviera. We'd be out there going, damn! This looks like a good place to fish here. Ed, bring the cooler. We'll be going up to naked women. Hey, you don't know where we can pick up some red wigglers, do you? I will give them this. Things are more sophisticated up north. Like in the north, when guys fall in love, they think they have to buy candy and wine and roses. We fall in love with you, we just spray paint your name on an overpass. That's true love there, boy. Say it with Krylon. A lot of misconceptions about the South. A lot of people think everybody from the South is a redneck. You don't have to talk like this to be a redneck. I've been all over the country. There's rednecks in every single state. How many rednecks we have here tonight? There's one right there, I can tell you that. Right? See, that's the problem. A lot of people don't know if they're a redneck or not. So I came up with a test to kind of help you out. Things like, if your richest relative buys a new house and you have to help take the wheels off of it, you might be a redneck. If you've ever had to carry a bucket of paint to the top of a water tower to defend your sister's honor, you might be a redneck. If someone asks to see your ID and you show them your belt buckle, says right there, I'm Ed. Can y'all see that? I'm Ed. If you owe the taxidermist more than your annual income, you might be a redneck. If your mother keeps a spit cup on the ironing board, you might just be a redneck. If your family tree does not fork, you might just be a redneck. That's the reputation we have in the South. Wouldn't want to live anywhere but Atlanta, though. I think we got one of the best cities in the country here. I really do. The people, everybody's real friendly, and we got beautiful women here. The only bad thing about Atlanta, what were the people smoking that designed our street systems here? And that had to be like, all right, Julio, I got a great idea. See, we'll loop this thing around real big like that. Put a dead end right there at the end of it. Hey, listen, when it gets dark, go get some exits and just move them, all right? Move them. What is that, Peachtree Street? All right, we'll get about 2 billion red lights, put them about every 10 foot. No, dude, no need to paint lines on the street. They don't use them here anyway, man. I'm telling you what, you come here, you're coming to a city where merge is a personal challenge. Now, I'll merge with you. Come on out here. In Atlanta, traffic lights are merely a suggestion at this point, too. Right? The other day, we saw this guy. He's in his car. He's at the red light in the right-hand lane going, hold on, baby, because as soon as this turns green, we're going to make a left-hand turn here. I don't know how they know when anybody's drunk driving here. That's a big deal nowadays, too, you know? This drinking and driving. They say if you go out drinking, take along somebody that's not drinking to be your designated driver. How many of you are designated drivers? 2 people. She's got a beer right there in front of her. Well, Jeff, I drink with my left hand, I drive with my right. So no matter how drunk this hand gets, I get home. One person, I hope you got a big car. They'll get you now, too. They got organizations against you. What, they got, like, what is it? The SAD, Students Against Drunk Driving, and MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, DAM, Drunks Against Mad Mothers, yeah. If you just take the words drinking and driving, what does that spell? Dad. And my dad can do some serious drinking and driving. Only guy I ever know to get a DUI on the riding lawnmower. Chased him through 3 states. He did good, yeah. I like the designated driver program, I really do. Because anything's safer than the way we used to do it. Hey, dude, get up. Give us a ride home, man. Come on, what you say? We'll buy you a beer. Come on, what you say? You know the problem with the designated driver program? It's not a desirable job. But if you ever get talked into doing it, have fun with them. Like at the end of the night, drop them off at the wrong house. Preferably in their boss's front yard or something. Where are my flamingos? You can make money on them too. Drunks will give you money for anything. This is what you do. Cram as many of them as you can get in your car. On the way home, stop at every gas station you come to. Get out, pretend like you're putting gas in the car, make them pay for a full tank. You make $400 or $500 in a 10-mile stretch there. Bill, the mileage on this thing sucks. Some of you know what I'm talking about here, right? Don't drink and drive. Seriously, it's not funny. I caught my dad. I was a little kid. I was riding on the front seat of the car with my dad. We got pulled over by the highway patrol. The officer walked up to my dad's window and he went, "Excuse me there, sir. Could I see your license, please?" "No, sir. I don't need a cold beer. I don't think you do either." "Mr. Foxworthy, do you know why I pulled you over, sir?" "Well, it concerns that vehicle you're pulling behind you." "No, sir, it's not against the law to tow a boat, but we do require you put it on a trailer." "Could you ask your friends to get out of the boat, please, sir?" "No, sir, I don't give a damn if the fish are biting. Could you ask your friends to get out of the boat there?" "You dropped your skier about a mile back there." It's easy to get lost here now, isn't it? My little brother and I, a couple years ago, we were downtown. We were trying to find the municipal auditorium. Right in the middle of downtown, and a cab driver pulled up next to us. And we thought, well, thank God, if anybody will know, this guy will. So we rolled our window down, motioned for him to do the same. I asked him, I said, "Excuse me." I said, "Can you tell me how to get to the municipal auditorium?" This man said, "The municipal auditorium. All right, check this out. See, you can't get there from here. What you need to do now, go straight down this street you on, right here. Go straight down this street to the second light. Now, wait a minute, that ain't right. Go on down to the third light. When you get to the third light, stop and ask somebody. They'll tell you how to get there." In the names of the street, I have a friend that works for 911. He was telling me about a call they got a few months ago. Said this guy called up and he said, "Hey, dude, I need an ambulance." He said, a what? He said, I need an ambulance. A dude just got hit by a car. He said, all right. He said, tell me where you're at. He said, I'm down on Sycamore Street. He said, what? He said, Sycamore Street. He said, you're going to have to spell that for me. The guy said, S-I-C-K. Wait a minute. S-E-S-Y. I tell you what, I take the dude over to Lee Street. Y'all come get him there, all right? How many people here had parents? How many people had parents? Should be most of you, yeah? Anybody else's dad make weird noises? Does it? My dad, honestly, when he's in the bathroom, it sounds like songs of the humpback whale. Right? Are you okay, Dad? We got Greenpeace at the front door. Knock it off. And my dad, he can tell some filthy jokes, too. Make the dog gag jokes, yeah? My dad can tell jokes in a truck stop. Truckers are going, hey, there's mechanics in here. You want to watch your mouth? And my Mama, she's a sweetheart of a lady. She just comes up with some questions. Growing up, this was one of her favorite ones. Did I raise you in a barn? I'd go, no. No. My brother would start laughing. She'd go, what's so funny? He'd say, nothing. Remember when your mom would say this one? Shut the door. I'm not going to heat up the neighborhood. Not in that bathrobe, you're not. I didn't know she could throw a waffle iron that far. Your dad ever run over your bicycle? My dad run over my bike 5 times. 5th time he did it, I crawled out from under the car and went, Dad! Get the car out of the backyard, how about it? Tell the guys in the boat to quit laughing. And when you were a kid, it didn't matter if you got hurt. You knew you could run home crying. Mom would be there with those sympathetic, loving words. I hope you're satisfied. You're in a pool of blood. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied right now. Wish you could join me. Remember when you were a teenager and they'd loan you the car? And you abused that privilege every time, didn't you? I mean, you always were out too late. Your only goal was to get home without being caught. So on the way home, you'd cut off the headlights, turn off the ignition, try to coast in the last 45, 50 miles, park the car 10 blocks up the street, cover it with dead tree limbs, put on camouflage, crawl down the driveway, chloroform the dog, squirt WD-40 on the door hinges, ease the key in the door, slide it open, and there stood the creature from the Bathrobe Lagoon. Had those 2 curlers look like horns up there. She'd always say something like, I don't want to know where you've been, what you've been doing, or who you've been doing it with. I said, thank goodness, Mom, because the details are a little fuzzy to me at this point. She'd get madder. She'd go, you march your fuzzy butt in here, mister. Now, where were you tonight? Well, Mom, I was in a hot tub with 15 women. She'd go, that is sick. I don't want to hear about it. My dad would go, hold on, Margaret. I'd like to hear a few details here. That's my boy. Remember when your parents would go out of town for the weekend? You felt it was your obligation to entertain 7,000 drunks in your living room? Seemed like whenever you had a party like that, something bad always happened, didn't it? My folks left one weekend. We threw this monster party. And we had my great-aunt cremated. Not at the party, and she'd been dead for a while. At the party, somebody got drunk, they knocked her urn off the mantelpiece, and then vacuumed her up. Now, every once in a while, Mom gets real sentimental, and she goes in there and starts talking to her, and I don't have the heart to tell her I had to smoke a carton of Marlboros just to get her back up there. I think I was really in the living room going, let's see, she was a big woman. How tall was she? Did you have those call me when you get there, Mom? You know what kind I'm talking about? Send you to the 7-Eleven for a half-gallon of milk. Call me when you get there. One time I didn't go straight to the 7-Eleven. I went by a friend's house for about 30 minutes. By the time I got to the store and picked up the carton of milk, it had my picture on the side of it. Guy at the checkout wanted the reward for finding me. Y'all have Abduls in your 7-Eleven? I think that's everywhere you go. You ever wonder, if you go to the Middle East, do they have Americans working in their 7-Eleven? Just a thought. It's like a midget using mouthwash. Who would know? Yeah. Delayed reaction joke there. I guess my kids will make fun of me. I'm about ready to be a parent here. I just turned 30 and I'm tired of cutting the grass, you know. So. Kids today have it made. If they don't like what's on TV, they have like 30 TV channels to choose from. Remember how many channels we had when we were a kid? 3. And if the president was on, your night was shot. You walked around the house, the president's on! He's on every channel! We're gonna miss Flipper! But my wife and I, we're trying to have a kid now. I guess we've been trying about 6 months, and she's not pregnant yet, but I figure if you got to be a failure at something, boo! You know, it's about as much fun as anything. So. But my wife's real concerned nothing's happened yet. In fact, she made us an appointment at one of these fertility clinics, and in talking to these people, they said, well, it's easier to check men than it is women, so send your husband down first. And I'm real excited about this. I mean, because I knew what they wanted. I just didn't know how they planned on getting it. Yeah? I didn't know if the doctor took matters in his own hands or if it was like a dairy or what. You know. Well, I told you a friend of mine, he had been through it with his wife, and he said, Jeff, just relax. It's a do-it-yourself place. He said, you go down there, they give you a little cup and a Playboy magazine. He said, you take them off in a little room and just crank her up. Well, now I'm excited. I'm thinking, I hope it's an issue I don't have. Because that would be embarrassing. Do you have another month? This isn't doing anything for me here. Something with twins if you got it. So I'm nervous, but I did go to the place about 3 weekends ago. I'm down there, I'm waiting out in the lobby. The nurse calls me in, and she just hands me a cup. No magazine, just a cup. And I'm disappointed, but I do have a real good imagination. I took the cup from her, I went off in the little room they gave me, and, you know, did what I was supposed to do. Then I waited a few minutes, because I didn't want to look like a circus freak, you know, when I came back out. So I got my cup, I'm walking back down the hall, I found the nurse, I handed her the thing, and she said, we don't do that here, we just need a urine sample. I have never been that embarrassed in my entire life. And my wife told everybody, too. My own mother's going, heard what you did in the cup. A lot of people don't know if they're a redneck or not. So I came up with a test to kind of help you out. Let me give you a few examples, see? If you help your brother move his refrigerator and the grass underneath it has turned yellow, you might be a redneck. If your wife's hairdo has ever been destroyed by a ceiling fan, you might be a redneck. If you've lost more than one tooth opening a beer bottle, you might be a redneck. If you think a bug zapper and a 12-pack is quality entertainment, you might be a redneck. Any guys here ever go out with a girl that forgot to tell you she had a boyfriend? Women forget sometimes. Right? It happened to me once. I went out with this girl. We had a good time. We went out to dinner. And then after dinner, we came back to my apartment. We'd been at my place about half an hour when there was a knock on my front door. I walked out, opened the door. There's this 250-pound guy staring at me going, "What you think you're doing with her?" I looked him right in the eyes and I said, "I'm cutting hair and you're just going to have to wait, all right?" I cut his hair for free. Sometimes we talk about this stuff. Some people say, "Jeff, I'm not single and I'm not married, I'm divorced." Now, to me, being divorced is the same as being single, except you don't have as much furniture. Few people, how many of you have been divorced at some point in your life? You happy about being divorced? Yes, yes. Most divorced people are. I am. I've been divorced once. I'm happy about it. My dad's been divorced 4 times. 4. His house looks like this. He doesn't have, not that. U-Haul sends him Christmas cards. It's his fault, too. He keeps getting remarried, and his wife's like 10 years younger than the one he just divorced. He got married in September. I have to take his wife to school in the morning. Look both ways, Mom. Oh, and their wedding was weird. Her matron of honor was her imaginary friend, Emily. She's a good cook, though. She got that easy bake oven. And, last night we had cakes the size of quarters. I love those things. This brings us around to married people. Who's married? You married? How many years? 35. Bless your heart. That's a long time to pick up anybody's drawers, ain't it? Weddings are weird. My little brother got married 2 months ago. I had to be in this thing. And they had the big reception, you know, where they threw the bouquet in the garter. There's a world of difference in those two sports, isn't there? Ugly women will hit pavement to get that bouquet. That's like throwing a ham bone in a room full of pit bulls. Let the blood flow, boys. There they go. But when they throw the garter, men run. You know, we act like the thing's a hand grenade. It touched my pants. It touched my pants. The thing just laid there in the middle of the floor. Finally, one brave veteran threw himself on it, saved the whole room. Did you get a ring when you got engaged? Yeah, I think that's one of women's 5 favorite things in life. Show that ring off. Just get around their friends. Look what Tom gave me. Other women, I can't look at it. It's burning my retinas. Men hate it, too, when somebody else's wife gets a bigger ring than the one they bought theirs. Because they know they're going to hear it on the way home. Well, I guess Tom just loves Barbara more than you love me.